Hey guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to Sunday Night Live broadcast. No, I am not on PlayStation Network, and I am not on PlayStation Network for a very good reason. Um, and the reason why I am not on PlayStation Network, I am about to show you why. I'm about to show you something that I posted and YouTube said absolutely not. So I'm going to show you just the outline of what the video was supposed to look like. I'm not going to show you the video because YouTube doesn't want me to show you this video. But I'm going to give you an opportunity to see this video if you want to. So let me see if we can pull. Of course, it's not showing me the video. Wonderful. Okay. Even my own computer won't let me show the video. Jesus, mother of God. Could it be that bad? I mean, it was just about Radiance Radio Online. It's not that bad. Come on. See that video right there? That video, YouTube will not allow me to post that video. This video was supposed to be about how to play each and every single player that we have on Radiance Radio Online. Now, Radiance Radio Online has different players. I'm going to explain what the video is all about. Instead of actually showing the video, I'm going to explain exactly what the video is about. So let's get started. Friday's video was about Radiance Radio Online and their players that are actually available for you, the general public. Now, they have a deal with a lot of different companies that make music players, and for a very solid reason. And of course, I did 95% of their videos. Why not? It's fun. More than happy to help. And you can watch all these videos on this website on my YouTube channel. Just go to the Radiance Radio Online playlist. All the videos that are on this website, you can watch them on my channel. Very easy. You don't have to go to the website to view the videos. All you have to do is go to my channel and view the videos. Because you go to my channel, you could like, subscribe, comment, and help me get more noticed so I can actually get paid to do this. I do this for fun. But if they pay me to do this, the videos will turn out 150 times better if I get paid for this. As of now, I'm still not getting paid for this. So, and obviously there is a reason why. I do understand that each player that Radiance Radio Online has, they have for a different reason. Now, these videos here are all about I created on how to install that onto a Windows PC. The video I showed to all of you guys that they wouldn't allow me to put it on YouTube. That video was about all the players, and once they're installed, how do you play them once they're installed? Well, I'm going to briefly go over that. We're going to start out with Music Bee first. Music Bee is a pretty decent player. The player is created by a not-for-profit organization. So these guys are not out to make money. They're not out for profits. They're just out to make a good quality product, which they did that and then some. This thing is amazing. And they're very easy to work with. I've spoken with them many times on Radiance Radio's behalf. I've tried to help them as much as I could. These guys are great to work with. They're willing to make plugins if need be. They have the people that use their players make skins. Then Music Bee integrates them within the player so you can download and create skins for the player to make it look different. You can create features for it, give it to them, and they will add it. It's amazing. You could even download this on the Windows Store now. See? They even have it available on the Windows Online Store. So you can get regular app. You can get it updated regularly just by getting it from the Windows Store. That's insane. Don't forget, Music Bee is free. 100% free. And if you're handy with a computer, if you choose and you want to make skins or plugins for this, that would help them and Radiance Radio Online even more. If you feel that Music Bee needs a plugin or a skin that's missing, and you know how to make it, make a plugin that you think might work, give it to them, tell them to edit, tell them what it's used for, and they'll just simply add it to the player and update the player. That's it. That's all you have to do. All you have to do is make the plugin, tell them what it's for, send it to them, and they'll make sure to update it. These guys are not getting paid. They're doing this for you, which I think is really, really awesome. I am in full support of these guys. These guys are amazing. They're 100% not-for-profit. They're just doing it for fun, which is pretty much what I do with this channel. I do it for fun. And that's what Radiance Radio Online does. Radiance Radio Online is 100% not-for-profit. They make nothing. Zero money. In fact, this whole thing comes out of their pocket. Because of that, I lend a hand and I help them as much as I can because I know how it is to not get paid. So I help them. They help me. These guys help them. We help these guys. I'm helping them. We're all helping each other, and that's what matters. But Music Bee is probably one of my personal favorite players because they have so much that you can add to it if you are handy with a computer. If you have the ability to make skins or plugins or visualizers, you can. You can also download skins, plugins, and visualizers from here. Now, theater mode is something that I'm not sure if they added it or they're adding. They're probably down the road trying to get permission to add a video and DVD player option. Kind of like what Real Play used to do. Kind of like what Real Player still does to this day. Real Player was known as the video player of the internet. Real Player used to be the first audio video player on the internet to play AVIs. AVI videos were very hard to codex. They're very hard to program. Real Player was the very first player on the internet to play AVI videos. They cornered the market. And little by little, AVIs got used less and less. So they had to find a new use for Real Player. Then Real Player started to get used for kind of like what Music Bee does, but more or less not. Let me take you back, way back to the mid 90s, like 1992, I'd have to say, maybe 93, no, 94. 1994. Let's take you back to 1994. About toward the midpoint right there, 94, 95. The internet started to get a little bit better. Now, granted, speeds on the internet still sucked because of dial-up. But the good part was the internet was getting better. Things were getting better. Programs were getting better. Programmers were getting smarter. They're starting to realize that computers were going to have to improve, which means the programs had to improve with them. And with that came updates, add-ons, free programs with paid add-ons. So if you want Real Player for free, sure, you could have it for free. But if you want to do this and this, you have to pay for it. I can deal with that. Because if I don't want to use Real Player for this and this, and I just want to use it to do this, then it's free. Which is the only reason why I want it. So that's fine with me. If I want Real Player and want to do this and have to pay for it, I'll pay for it. They realize that if they start to make programs like this and do that, they might be able to find a niche. And that's where they found out how this market existed. That's how this market first started. So players like for example, Real Player started growing and growing and growing. They started playing videos. Eventually, down the road, they gave the ability to download videos. Now, that's something that is tricky. On the internet, I don't exactly know how legal downloading videos is. I don't know how legal it is, but apparently you can download videos with Real Player. I've never tried it. I have no intention of ever trying it. But this is their website. I uploaded Real Player's website on Radiance Radio Online for them for free. So this is Real Player's website. So apparently they do have a video downloader. Of course, I wouldn't trust downloading videos because I don't. Do you guys remember Napster from download? Do you remember the fact you could download music from Napster? Remember that, guys? Remember that debacle that got shut down real quick? Well, the Napster debacle, this is reminding me too much of the Napster revolution. And I'm getting scared. Because think of this very carefully. In the wrong hands, what this can do. Think very carefully. In the wrong hands, what this can do could be very dangerous. A video downloader. With YouTube, that means people can download everybody's YouTube video and take it for themselves. So why, tell me again, why are we even bothering to make videos on YouTube these days? For real. If we wanted them to steal the videos we're making, there'd be a download button right there. Of course, we don't want them to have the videos that we just made. We want them to watch the video again, call their friends over. We want them to share that video with their friends so that they can watch it, they can like, they can subscribe. Because every time you watch the video, every time you like, every time you subscribe, and every time you comment, the creators, namely me and all the rest of the people out there in the YouTube universe, they get credit each and every time somebody enjoys their content. So if you guys are enjoying my content right now, like, subscribe, and comment, hit the notification bell, because if you do, I'll be eternally grateful, and YouTube gods will no longer ban my videos anymore. They will actually grace my presence and finally allow my stuff to be seen. So, with all hope, that will happen. If it ever does happen, of course. Of course, there's zero guarantees that this is ever going to happen. So, think of it this way. It could happen. I mean, think about it. This could happen. One day, I could get paid for this. I actually could get monetized one day. Don't hold your breath. Because I guarantee you this ain't going to happen. So, but there's hope for the future. That's all we can hope. There's hope for the future. In the meantime, I am still the same way I was before, and I'm still going to remain the same way I was before, and I don't care. Because I'm not going anywhere, whether I get paid or not. I'm not going anywhere. So, QuickTime. QuickTime is a player that Apple Macintosh made way back in the early 1990s. I did a video on installation, but it did not go over how QuickTime started. QuickTime was a player that was made to play Apple Macintosh's video type. Macintosh computers from the old days had their own codecs for videos. They're small videos. And they used to have QuickTime Player on Macintosh computers back in the old days. I think they were called MOV files or something like that. I'm not sure. MOV files or something, whatever. But Macintosh computers used to have extremely small videos on their computers, instructional videos for their computers. And they used to use this player right here to play their instructional videos. Only their instructional videos. Now, people tried to figure out a way to play other things on QuickTime back in the old days on the Mac computers. People even tried to play with QuickTime a bit and try to force it to do things when it couldn't do it. Unfortunately, the Macintosh gods were not as gracious as the Windows gods are. The Windows gods will allow you to do whatever it is you please as long as it doesn't harm anybody else. If you want to develop something for Windows, as long as it doesn't harm anybody else, namely a virus, feel free. Have field day. Have fun. Go nuts. Macintosh, if you play with this stuff, you're going down. They've always been like that. So QuickTime stayed exactly as it was for decades. Until about 15 years ago when people started saying, hey, listen, look at these brand new computers. And we have all these brand new video players. What about the old legacy QuickTime that you use for Microsoft Windows? What the hell are you doing with that? I mean, what's the purpose? You still have it active. Why? Well, I found out why very quickly. The reason why QuickTime was around as long as it was because of one thing. You would have never expected this, but I'm going to show you why QuickTime is still here. And you are absolutely gonna flip your shit when I tell you this, if it ever pops up. Yep. iTunes. Think of it, guys. QuickTime right now, as the way QuickTime is right now, that's exactly what iTunes is. QuickTime is a very simple player, right? Think of it. Let me pull up QuickTime real quick. Let's compare the two, shall we? Here's QuickTime. Here's iTunes. iTunes has, you could purchase songs, you could purchase videos, you could load your iPod. It's kind of like a media organizer to the extreme. That's really what iTunes is. They have radio, store. Of course, you know what radio is. Radiance Radio Online. Yep, that's it. This is pretty much what the radio section is for. They built the radio section for places like Radiance Radio Online. This is what Apple wanted QuickTime to do from the very beginning. Now, if you really think about it, if you really try to find and try to look everything you can in here and try to find something that involves. It all says Pro. See that right there? Pro. Pro. My guess is that I don't know much about Apple products, but I think they might have had a professional version of it. And I think they might have allowed some stuff to be saved. Like movies, for example. Which means you might have been able to save Radiance Radio Online. If you had the professional version of Apple QuickTime, Radiance Radio Online can be saved as a movie. I can probably almost guarantee that. Now, why would you do that? I don't know. Why would you do that? iTunes does the same thing, and Radiance Radio Online saves automatically. If you use QuickTime, you have to actually go to the icon, right click, push open, boom, right click, push open with, and then this goes on. With iTunes, you just click that, and Radiance Radio Online plays automatically. That QuickTime immediately, as far as I'm concerned, iTunes is 10 times better than QuickTime because of that reason. Because Radiance Radio Online will save on the program ready for you to start it. If you never use iTunes for anything, use it for only Radiance Radio Online, and that's it. Now let's go to VLC Media Player. VLC Media Player is made by a not-for-profit organization similar to MusicBee. So this company is not making a profit from anything. This company is just like Radiance Radio Online. They're not for profit. So these guys are going to make a very simple media player. It's going to play different types of media with audio or video. With VLC, you could play different types of media files with audio or video. You could open a network stream, namely Radiance Radio Online. Here's the playlist right here. Now, see this security cone? That's VLC's actual logo. The fact that VLC's logo is on the playlist, that means you do not need to right click and push open with, because that's the same damn logo. All you have to do is double click this and Radiance Radio will immediately play on VLC. You don't even have to have it open. The playlist will open up your VLC player for you. All you have to do is double click this player on the desktop, this playlist on the desktop, and Radiance Radio Online will play automatically. That's it. So these playlists, as long as they have the icons, for the players right there, that means that you could double click it and it'll start. If there's no playlist in here, don't forget, check to make sure if the program is able to save a playlist. If the program can save playlists, then don't worry about it. Just double click, it plays, you're done. There's a playlist. Let's check this out. Let's see if we can do this. Now, I've never done this before. This is new. So, playlist is currently empty. Drag or drop file here, like media source from the left. Here's a file. We're going to drag the playlist to that box I get access to. There it is right there. Now I'm going to hopefully rename it. Can we rename it? Maybe. Please. Can we add a name to it? Maybe. No? Yes? Maybe? Remove selected. Okay. It's here. We know now that we could drag Radiance Radio Online to VLC. But will it play it? Just in case it does, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the volume to 0. Okay? See that? So you don't hear it. But you are going to see a time code down there. And if you see a time code, then that means it's playing it. Okay, guys? Because I don't want YouTube to hit me up again with a copyright problem if it does start. Because this is the reason why I got hosed on my video. It's because the music started and I scrambled to try and turn the music off. Too late. So the volume is off. Ready? We're going to double click this playlist on see what it says? Radiance Radio. 7, 8, 9, 10. It's playing it. Radiance Radio Online is playing on a playlist that is saved. And looky what we got here. There's the name of the song. There's the name code. There's the artist. Son of a bitch. So, there's your proof, ladies and gentlemen. VLC is able to save Radiance Radio as a playlist. When you're using VLC, you no longer need to do right click, open with VLC. All you have to do is save it as a playlist. That's it. If you save the playlist, then all you have to do is simply go into VLC. So now it's saved as a playlist. Now we're going to go out. Click VLC Media Player alone, not the playlist, just the player. Right there. See it? Notice it didn't save the playlist. That is a problem. It didn't save the playlist. It should save the playlist. It didn't save it. Which I don't like. So, again, you don't have to do... You can still do this. You don't have to. Now you just got to do this. That's it. But now you're telling me, okay, that's all fun and good, Mike, but now where's the pictures? It's just you're just hearing the radio, and that's it. Where's the pictures? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see. Playback. Render. Speed. Audio visualizations. There you go. See, we all learn something new every day. VLC Media Player, you are able to play the station without doing that. I just proved it right there. Proof positive right there. All you have to do is simply add it as a playlist, drag it, and you're done. Does it save it? We tried, it doesn't. That's fine. If it doesn't, that's fine. You don't have to push right click. All you have to do is drag it to the playlist and you're done. Again, view, playlist. Drag the playlist to the window, start, then go to view. Go to view, visualization, choose a visualization, you're done. That's it. That's it, guys. That's how to put a playlist in VLC without having to do, without having to right click and push view and push play as. It's an alternative way of doing things. It's not the best. I'm leaving you guys with an alternative. That's it. It's not that bad. So now that this is out, and of course I'm not going to get demonetized now, moving on to the next one. QuickTime we already went over. With QuickTime, I believe I already went over QuickTime, so where is the goddamn folder? It's right here. Those of you guys that don't know, you could email the guys at RadianceRadioOnline.com and you could ask them for this folder. They keep mentioning, ask them for a folder. Now this folder, what they're talking about with this folder is the key element to the radio station. If you don't have this folder, you don't have any chance of getting on the radio or listening to it at all. Because this gives you every single key to every single door in the station. This one folder has everything you need, as long as it's updated, of course. Make sure it has the proper date. Now this is 2026. Each player that works is on here and the instructions are listed inside. For example, Windows Media Player Legacy. Notice there's no icon. Want to know why? Because Windows Media Player Legacy, after 2026, they're starting to shut it down. It's still there. It still works, but they're starting to shut down some of the auxiliary services. Granted, you can still open with you can still do that. But as you notice, it's taken an awful long time. Windows is purposely slowing this program down to a crawl so that people don't use it. They don't want people using this anymore because this program came out midpoint through. This program is first released halfway through Windows XP. They didn't make a big deal out of it. They just threw it out. So this way the computer had something that did everything. That was the idea of this program, was to make a program that was able to do everything. They wanted a program that could burn CDs, burn music onto discs, organize your music libraries. They want something that can take care of everything that is music. That was Windows Media Player's main focus. Keep your music organized. That was what their purpose was. To make and burn CDs, compact discs, when CD burners were popular. Organize said music on your Windows Media Player program, and then just simply burn those songs to said CDs using your burner, and all was well. But then, and only then, streaming media started to come out. And when streaming media and things like YouTube came out, other programs like Napster was the number one guilty party in this whole world. Napster and another program created a revolution among Generation X. They said, why should we buy anything if we just get it for free from here? So things like Windows Media Player was not really used a lot. People were more than happy to use Napster. People were more than happy to use other things to jack stuff of YouTube, which they still do, which I can't stand that. That should be banned, but that's beside the point. That's beside the point. A lot of things in this world drive me nuts. Try not to let it get to me. Again, Windows Media Player. Windows Media Player is being phased out. Because it's being phased out, now, somebody emailed me directly and said, I went on Radiance Radio Online's website, and I'm doing this. I got your message. I'm doing this right now. Someone emailed me from the channel. They dropped me an email, and they said this: what about Media Player? What about Media Player? Can Media Player play Radiance Radio Online? What can Media Player do? Well, that was a very good question, because Media Player is a useless piece of garbage. I can't stand that program. That program was made back in Windows 8. So that says a lot on how useless it is. But you know what? Just for argument's sake, we're going to check that right now, because this is Windows Media Player's playlist window right here. So we're going to try this right now. So to get to Media Player in Windows 11, you have to go to the search window and type in Media Player. See that right there? This is what replaced Windows Media Player Legacy. This is supposed to replace Windows Media Player. Looks familiar, huh? This is Windows 8's Media Player. This is Windows Media Player's replacement. This cannot organize your music library. This cannot burn CDs. This cannot do 95.5% of the crap that Legacy did. Why do they have it? I don't know. You can look at your music. You can play it. That's nice. It indexes the music automatically. But it will not locate any of the names for you like Windows Media Player Legacy will. If you have any songs like this or this, Legacy version will do something like this. Except they'll say updating libraries. And little by little, all the songs will get filled in with the right information. This just says indexing libraries, which means it doesn't store all the information in the program. It has to pull all the information as soon as you turn the program on. So this might take all day if you have too much music. So in reality, they do not really want you to use this for music. They refuse to allow you to use this for music because the only reason why this is useful is to play one or two songs that you have on your computer. If you have 10,000 songs, you're going to sit there and see this all day long. It's never going to stop. If you have 2 songs, this will never pop up. The more music you have on your computer, the longer this runs. Because every time you turn, like if I turn this off and turn it back on, if it was done and I turned it off, turned it back on, this would turn right back on and have to do it all over again. It does not save the information on the program. So if you wanted to add all the information, you can. It's not going to save it to the file or anything, but you can. Gee, that's funny, because on Windows Media Player Legacy, whatever you save onto that, saves to the actual file itself. This will not do that. This only plays whatever's there. And that's it. This is only a media player. That's it. It won't do anything else. You cannot burn CDs. You cannot save anything. You can't edit anything. You can't change anything. You cannot do squat. You can't do anything. Okay, guys? You are lucky you are even able to see things as far as albums goes. Yes, they do have albums. But they, again, do not have album titles. They do not have album photos. These files have album photos on them. They're not showing them because the program doesn't feel like showing them. Why? Because it's indexing libraries. It doesn't have the information yet. It hasn't pulled it up yet. This program is useless. So, if it takes this long just to pull your music up, why would you want to listen to Radiance Radio Online with it? Think about this. If it takes you this long to pull up all the information from your computer, why would you want to listen to Radiance Radio Online? If you do want to listen to Radiance Radio Online with this, let's see if this works. So far, I see a no mas. So far, I see absolutely Jack and his friend. Let's try something else. Guess what? Default media player is not even on here. Which means this will not play .asx files. This will play ASX files. Of course, these do. Of course, this does, because that's what it's meant to do. But this one, this program, no longer works. To answer your question, the brand new media player from Microsoft Windows does not play the necessary playlists that will play Windows Radiance Radio Online. Microsoft Windows has abandoned their legacy player. It's obviously still trying to open it. It can't open it. This is a brand spanking new Windows 11 PC. And yet it can't even open Radiance Radio Online. That's insane. That's sad. It really is. I have the fastest internet in the entire world, and it can't open it. How sad is that, guys? That really is sad. I'm disappointed in Microsoft. How dare they give us this garbage? I mean, seriously, this is garbage. This is not a media player. Come on. Don't give me this shit. Don't give me this, oh, blah, 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 BS. Don't give me this BS. I don't want to hear it. I just don't want to hear it. Don't give me this BS. I don't want to hear it. That's it. End of story. Done. Next up, we worked on iTunes, Music B, QuickTime, Real Player. Let's get Real Player done. Okay, Real Player. Real Player has come a long way over the years. Let's read this before we continue. Real Player can play all popular video formats, including Windows Media Flash, which means it can. This has a Macromedia Flash codec in it, even though Macromedia Flash abandoned their own codec. This has the codec built in, and they maintain it. So if you have any Macromedia Flash videos, Real Player can now play all Macromedia Flash videos, including old school Windows Media Flash. Windows Media Flash was a very old codec from back in the early XP days, when Macromedia Flash was still kind of in its infantile phase, in a way. QuickTime's format was the early Macintosh video format that I was telling you guys about, the one that only QuickTime was able to play. The one that's very hard, that only QuickTime can play nowadays. Real Player can play the original original Macromedia Flash videos. It can play QuickTime videos, Real Player videos, AVIs, plus DVD videos and any other video you can throw at it, including any and all streaming audio and video formats. Real Player is and from now on will be the #1 player. Would you like to automatically open all videos in Real Player? If it's going to play everything, I may as well make it default. If it's claims to play everything, then by all means, play it. If you think you could play it, play it. Prove me wrong. Go for it. Have a field day. Prove me wrong, sucker. Here we go. Now, here's the thing. I don't think I really have a lot of old videos. But we could try. Now, let's see. Activity Center. Let's see if we could try and make a playlist. What do we got right here? We got something here. Now, this is in my computer. We have one playlist. I wonder what it is. Let's find out. You know what this means? We got to turn the volume off. Thanks a lot, YouTube. Only reason why I'm turning the volume off is because YouTube likes to be, well, they like to do certain things. Now, if this was out of the way, you'd be able to see it. Play. Now, you would be able to see what's playing right now. See that right there? That's blocking what's playing. That right there, that's blocking what's playing. If that wasn't there, you would see exactly what was playing. The radio station is playing right now as we speak, but I can't turn it on because of YouTube. YouTube likes to terminate me off the face, likes to wipe me off the face of the earth. So I already made this video. I already did this. But I have to take extra precautions today because that video I added this Friday was banned, and nobody is ever going to see it because I had music playing for 2 seconds. 2 seconds, guys. I had music playing for 2 seconds, and that video got banned. Tell me if that's fair. Now, moving on. Here we go. So now we know playlists can be played. You can't hear it, and I can't hear it. We know it's going to play. I mean, it's bullshit, but it is what it is. Now, if this was a video, you'd be able to tag certain people in your video. For example, if it was a family video, you could tag certain people in the video. It's a really neat thing. Now, what I do like is this. What if Radiance Radio Online? Now, hear me out. What if Radiance Radio Online was added as a channel subscription? Now, I'm not sure if they mean video or audio channels. Maybe they did add Radiance Radio Online, because I know they did speak to these guys. To me, they did add them, and I need to upgrade in order to see it. See? I need to get Real Player Plus in order to get the subscription. So those of you guys that do have Real Player Plus, see if you can find out if Radiance Radio Online is in there somewhere. If it is, comment down below of this video, Radiance Radio Online is or is not in Real Player Plus. Let me know, because I do not have the Plus. I never upgraded. So, because I only use Real Player for Radiance Radio Online, and if I don't use it for anything else. But so, why should I pay for it to save it when other players save it automatically? Like VLC, they'll save it automatically. iTunes, I just have to turn the program on and there it is. Why should I have to pay a monthly fee to do that? Ridiculous. This is meant for, paying is meant for, like, if you want to watch like DVDs or subscribe to podcasts. People are really into podcasts. This is what this is for. This is what this is supposed to be for. It's supposed to be for podcasts. Video podcasting. That's what this is meant for. This is not meant for YouTube. This is meant for video podcasting only. Because most podcasts do not have YouTube channels. Most podcasters usually podcast wherever they can podcast. They do not use YouTube. So, here's the fun part. If you have a DVD or DVD drive in your computer, plop a DVD in, turn on Real Player, and it will play the DVD right there. Cool, huh? So, Windows Media Player and Media Player will not play DVD. But if you have a DVD in your computer, all you have to do is turn on Real Player, put a DVD in the drive, and your DVD will play automatically with Real Player. That Real Player will do successfully. I have tried it, although I have a DVD player that I prefer a little bit more, but this will work just fine for DVD movies and CD movies as well. Remember CD movies? Long time ago they used to have them. Yeah, it plays that format too. Long time ago, before laser discs were even a thing, compact discs were being used for very small movies and very small videos. Now, it was a very odd format. And it was very hard to burn a CD movie. Programs wouldn't do it. Guess what? You could burn a CD or DVD movie only with Real Player. Yes, if you have a movie, a motion picture on your computer and you want to burn it to a DVD, you can do that legally with Real Player. Right here, guys. Dead serious. That's it. Right there. It's totally legal. There it is. Right there. All you have to do is drag the movie right here. It'll burn it to the DVD. You're done. Pack her up. You're done. Down you have your DVD movie and you're done. That's it. That's all she takes. So this program has come a long way from a simple video player. It now burns CDs and DVDs. It plays streaming media, podcasts. You could attach your cloud drive to this to view all the content of your cloud drive. If you have a cloud drive that has all your media saved on the cloud drive, you can sign on to it and have it pop up whenever you turn on Real Player. Handy. Which means that you no longer have to keep your music on your computer anymore if you don't trust it. If you want to keep it on a cloud, keep it on their cloud. Safe. You don't have to worry about it ever getting destroyed. Handy. Not bad. Not bad, huh? Discover section. This is a new thing. I don't exactly know what this is as far as Real Player goes, but you and I are both going to find out together. We're going to find out what exactly this is. It looks to me like it's a combination of different video formats and different shows, different stuff that maybe, just maybe, is okay. Like they have wrestling here and they have TV show, maybe some different types of music in different languages and stuff like that. And stuff that they want to get out that they can't get it out. Stuff on YouTube that just never gets views. That they're desperate to get it out. So Real Player will show it. Just so it has something to show. I do understand that. Granted, some of my videos can go there, but why? Why when they have something in Spanish over here? I mean, retarded, whatever. So, the Discover section is not really that good. It's mostly garbage. So, obviously, it's 85% garbage, obviously. Whatever. Now you have the Activity Center. This shows you exactly what's going on. Whether you're uploading music, whether you're downloading music, or whether music is getting transferred from one program to another. If anything is going in and out of this program, this will tell you what's happening. Okay, guys? So you can either stop it or start it or whatever. Nothing gets in or out of this program without this letting you know first. So if you have all your music is on the cloud, on their cloud drive, and somebody starts downloading stuff off of your cloud drive, this will let you know so you can shut them down right then and there. Handy. It is. Quite handy. I like that. It lets you know in real time whether somebody's getting into your shit or not. So Real Player has changed a lot over the years. Now, download playlist. Now, what are the Readings Real Online playlist plays those little things from Readings Real Online? What are they called? They're called what? Playlists. It makes me wonder, maybe we can download Radiance Radio Online's playlist from their website through here. Let's try it. It might never work. Who says we can't try? Download playlist. Of course, they want money. In order to do that, they want money from you. So you pay them $24.99 and you get to do all this. Which means you could download illegally, for $24.99, they're allowing you to illegally download videos from YouTube. Illegally download videos from YouTube. Right there. Add YouTube channels and subscriptions and play and whole, not just videos, whole playlist downloads. You could download a person's entire channel worth of videos with this. That's insane. This should be banned for life. For $24.99, that should be banned for life. They've been trying to get people to stop this for decades, and now they're offering this for $24.99. That's just all downright wrong. They're not supposed to be able to get these videos that they're watching. You're supposed to watch it and enjoy it. They're not supposed to download it. They should have no access to our videos that we do. That's wrong. So, this is just some little tidbits of information for you guys, just so you guys know. You never know. You never know. You just never know. Now we're going to go into another program that I personally love. I've already did a video on this. This is on my Radiance Radio playlist. This is also on RadianceRadioOnline.com. If you'd like to see the video on Winamp, I did. It is right there. I did a full video on Winamp and its new features and everything it has available. And the old Winamp versus the new Winamp and what's different and what's better. This video is definitely worth watching. At the end of this video, I'm going to try and post the Radiance Radio Online playlist somewhere over here. I'm going to try and put a Radiance Radio Online playlist somewhere over here. If I can't, because it's a live stream, if I cannot do that, then I'm sorry. But check out one of my Radiance Radio Online videos. And in one of my videos, there should be a playlist. You can check out all the Radiance Radio Online videos that I created over the years. Some of them might be outdated. Some of them might be good. The outdated ones, I would not recommend you follow any of the outdated ones. The only reason why they're there is because I can't get rid of them. So, whatever's on the website itself is up to date. I always have to constantly update these videos for these guys because the players change, which means the video itself has to change. For example, Music Bee. When Music B first came out, the only way to play Radiance Radio Online was to have the actual folder itself. Close this out. Hold on. Was to actually have the Radiance Radio Online folder. Go into Music B, and there's an icon, it has a bee, a bumblebee. Right click the bee icon in here. Click open with Music B. As soon as you do that, Music B pops up and it starts playing music. So I made a video showing you that and only that. Now, when Windows Media Player Legacy immediately started shutting its doors down, Music B panicked. Why? Because Music B uses Windows Media Player Legacy as a backing for their players. So I contacted them directly and I told them, be on the lookout. The player you're using as a backing is going to go away soon. So before it does, I highly recommend that you change the codecs of your players immediately. I mean, we're talking instantaneously, and try to find out new and ingenious ways of getting things done. Like, for example, like Radiance Radio Online, for example. Have some other way of doing it, like adding a URL to play the URL, for example. The playlist is nothing more than the playlist you get from Radiance Radio Online is nothing more than a URL. Now that URL is recognized by the player when the player, for example, when VLC starts, when you double click VLC, we double click this playlist, that URL gets copied and pasted to VLC. And VLC reads that URL, connects to Radiance Radio Online, and starts. Now, the problem with that is that if a player uses Windows Media Player Legacy as their backing and Windows Player Legacy no longer functions, your player is no longer going to function. So I took it upon myself to let them know before that happened that, hey, listen, the player you're using as a backing is not going to be working that much longer. I would find a new way of getting things done if I were you. Just to make sure it's going to work, I have something for you you could use to test it. And I gave them that playlist. And emailed them the playlist, and I even emailed them a URL. I said, if you can't get the playlist to work, try this. Try the URL for when you click that. I told them, when you click that playlist, it copies the URL from the stream to the playlist, to the player. Now, if the player is able to save that URL as a playlist, it will do so automatically. If it can't, then it will just play that URL, and when you close it and turn it back on, it'll be gone. So they said, okay, no problem, we'll work on it. So what they did was, Music B, these guys are very smart. These guys are amazing. These guys are not making any money from this program, and yet they still busted their hump to make sure that player worked by the time 2026 popped up. Sure enough, They found a way. Click the name. I think you have to click the name. And let me see, playlists. There's something they added that said copy URL. I know there's something they added that says copy URL. Here, open stream. See that right there? Open stream. Click open stream. Radiance Radio Online's URL that we give you, we're going to give you a folder from Radiance Radio Online. See that? We're going to give you this. You're going to go into, click this. You're going to copy this link. See that right there? Copy that link. Very easy. Wait, still with me so far? Copy. See that? Okay. And volume's at 0. Don't have to worry about that. Guess what? It works. They took my advice. They found a way. Copy the URL straight into it. It plays. You're done. All you need to do is save one text file. All you need to do is save that. If you save that, you'll be able to listen to us whenever the hell you want to. That's it. Copy and paste that one file, one thing off that file. You're done. Straight into the player and you're done. Not bad, huh? I told them very soon you are going to lose the only thing you have backing this program. That's it. You don't have anything else. You're done for. That's it. You don't understand how screwed you really are. You need to really get moving, because if they shut down that player, you lose all your backing. Everything you worked so hard on. This program is brilliant. I love this program, I told them. I want to see this program thrive. I've been making videos on this program for years. I love this program. I purposely tell everybody about this program on purpose because I love this program so much. It's able to do so much. It's insane. You can store all the music you have in your computer. You can store it in here, and you can organize it all you want to. Podcasts. Any podcast you want to save podcasts on, you want to listen to them on here. Guess what? Save all your podcasts on here. Music Explorers. You can take a look at all your music. Take a look and see, gee, the music I'm listening to, what can I find out about it? If I have any information on that song, it'll be listed in Music Explorer. That's it. It's neat. If they have any more albums, guess what? They pull all album information from iTunes. How cool is that? This program pulls all its album information from iTunes. And you can purchase the music from iTunes on this program. This program is free. It's from a not-for-profit organization. How fucking cool is this, guys? Check this out. This is playing on Radiance Radio's Online's website right now, and you could actually check out what they have on iTunes for purchasing. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. You could literally check out what's going on iTunes while it's playing. That's insanity. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Think of it this way. Different programs are meant to do different things. Most people enjoy using Real Player because it's simple, it's small. A lot of people love using iTunes because iTunes, it saves it, and if they like something, while they're listening, they could purchase the music, which is what I like about iTunes. Because if I hear a song on Radiance Radio Online and I love it, I'm listening to it on iTunes. I make sure I just go over and look for it in the store and purchase it. Why not? The store's right there. I'm in the store. All I have to do is just go into the. All I have to do is click it, buy it, done. It's mine. That's it. Gee, I haven't heard that song in decades. I should buy that song. It's awesome. Why not? That's what iTunes is for. You haven't heard that song in decades. Why not buy it? That's what iTunes is for. And that's the reason why Radiance Radio Online is on iTunes. It's for that reason, so people can hear that song and go, God damn, I haven't heard that song in decades. I wish I had that song. You know what? I'm already in iTunes. Let me take a look and see if they have it. There you go. Your problems are over. Radiance Radio Online purposely did that on purpose. They want you to be able to get what you need without stealing it. The worst thing you could ever do is rip a song off and not pay for it. That is wrong. Absolutely, positively wrong. In every aspect of the way, that is wrong. Napster was wrong. Napster should have never existed. Illegally pulling shit off of YouTube, that is wrong. Doing that is wrong. And I never want to hear anybody doing that. Because I don't atone for that. I don't agree with it. And neither does Radiance Radio. If you want it, you buy it. Like all the rest of us do. You know what? If I want something, I will buy it. If I want something, hell, I'll buy it. What the hell? Come on. If I want something, I'll buy it. There's proof. Granted, I do like the Peanuts music from the old days. Why not? I love this at Christmas time. I love listening to this at Christmas time. I love this. There's nothing wrong with that. Why? I bought the CD. Why? Because I love this. I love listening to this at Christmas time. Why not? This is why compact discs exist. So you could buy the music, pop it in your player, and listen to it whenever you want to. Now, if you download it off the internet illegally, that's so wrong. Because you didn't pay for it. You don't get the CD. You don't get the experience of owning the actual disc and opening up that case and taking that CD out and saying, that's mine. I own this. I bought this music. This is legally mine. I could do whatever the hell I want with this music now. Why? Because this music is mine. I purchased this music. I own this music. This music is mine. legally. I purchased this CD. This CD is mine. Nobody can take this away from me. Why? Because I own this. That's the way it works. If you buy it, you own it. But that doesn't mean you can take that CD and have everybody on the internet download that CD for free just because you own it. That's wrong. You own it. You can listen to it and do whatever you want with it, but you cannot give everybody in the entire world a copy of that CD. You can't. If you want to make a copy for a CD copy for somebody's car for them to listen to, that's fine. But making a copy like that and giving it to somebody, no. That's not what CD burners are for. CD burners are to make mix copies, mixtapes. Remember, like we used to do with audio cassettes? We used to make mixtapes. Remember those? We did that in early 90s, 1992, 1989 through 1994. Mixtapes were all the rage. People used to have audio cassette tapes in early 90s and late 80s, early 90s, and they used to make audio cassettes with cassette players. And they used to take songs from the audio cassettes and mix them together into one cassette. That was called a mixtape. And people used to make mixtapes for their friends all the time, give each other copies of it. Nobody cared. Why? Because it was on a cassette tape. What are you going to do with the cassette tape? I'm not going to say you can't put a cassette tape on the computer. Because in London, England, you can put a cassette tape in a computer. Because there is one computer in England, back in the early 90s, late 80s, I think, that used cassette tapes as media for the computers. Yes, I'm dead serious. I don't remember the name of that computer. I think it was called, what was it? Was it, an Amiga something? It was either an Amiga or a Commodore or something. It was either an Amiga or a Commodore or something like that. You used an audio cassette. And that was the media for the computer. You'd open up the cassette player, put the cassette in, and side A was the blank data side. Side B was the actual program. So what would happen was they would have a player that would read both sides at the same time. One side was all the data and all the dialogue and all that stuff. Side B was the actual game. So they would have a player that played both sides. And the game itself, the computer game you'd be playing, would be playing both sides at the same time. That's the way that computer worked. It's actually pretty ingenious, not having a digital software, and not using analog discs or diskettes. I mean, I don't think they had diskettes overseas. I think they use audio cassettes instead, which is really not that bad of an idea. It did become a problem at one point. Piracy did become a problem overseas with the audio cassettes because of the fact all you have to do is take a piece of Scotch tape and put a piece of Scotch tape over the holes and you could record over it. So all they kind of have to do is find a way to copy that tape and sell it to somebody else. So, but nobody in America ever tried to do something like that. Nobody in America ever wanted to. Why? Because it was an audio cassette. Who is going to rip off an audio cassette? The quality of the audio on that cassette sucked. The only reason why you enjoyed the audio cassettes is because you can carry them in a backpack, put them in a Walkman, and go running. That's it. Nobody made it too complicated. Nobody tried to make thousands of dollars off of it. It did its job. It made money, and it did what it was supposed to do. When C compact disc came out, it was fine. As soon as compact discs were able to be copied, that's when the problem started. As soon as CD burners existed, then we had a problem. People were starting to copy compact discs and sell the music. Then companies like Napster would offer all the music to download for free. Everything would offer. You could download any song you want for free through Napster. Any song for free through Napster. Now, during the days of audio cassettes, that would be fine. To download music for free would be just fine. With compact discs and disc burners, and with the internet getting more popular, that's no longer okay. Now we have piracy. Now we have a problem. Now we have hundreds and thousands of these hard-working artists working hard, making money, and making all these songs, getting these great awards for their music and all their hard work, and not making any money off of the music they're making. They're getting awards, but they're not making any money off of it. Why? Because companies like Napster decided to just allow you to download whatever you want, absolutely free, and nothing goes to the artists. That's wrong. These people work so hard. That's why when I get a copyright, like when YouTube says no copyright bullshit, yeah, I hate it. But you know what? I understand. I do. I understand. If I'm going to get caught for copyright BS, I understand. I understand why. Because I myself, know it or not, I actually am an artist. I actually have an album. Yes, the album was not produced, but I do have an album. I do understand. I do understand what it would feel like if my music ever got out and I didn't get paid for it. Because I have no way of recording a new album. That one album I have is all I have. That's it. That's all I have. I cannot make another one. That's all I have. And I have yet to make even a dime on it. I haven't made anything off my music I made yet. Why? Because I haven't released it. I can't get it released. It's impossible. There's no way in hell I could ever get my music released. I've tried for decades. I could not get it released. It's the nature of the game. You have to realize that not everything is going to go the way you plan it. A lot of these artists, when they first start out, a lot of times you're playing in bars. I mean, a lot of these artists are playing in bars, piano bars, weddings. A lot of them sing at families' houses. And they get noticed by one person. And they go, gee, that person really knows what they're doing. Or that person really has a lot of heart. I do kind of like their music, though. Not bad. After they're done with playing their music, whatever they're doing, somebody approaches them and they say, "Hey, kid, I like your music. Want to make some money off of it?" And that's how it starts. And that's how a lot of these guys get started. They're playing in bars, they're playing in parties, just playing to have fun. And that one person notices them and says something. And that's how you get started in the music business. You have to make sure that you get seen by everybody. And how are you going to do that? Well, how about here? This is the perfect place to start. Write your own song that you can't get a copyright strike from. Sing it right here on YouTube. You're never gonna get a copyright strike. You're never gonna get a copyright strike from it. Why? Because it's yours. You own it. It's yours. You own it. And because you're performing it live, no one's gonna sell it because why would they sell it? It's yours. Granted, they can. I've heard of people illegally copying audio from YouTube, but video, the only thing I've heard that can copy video off of YouTube is, well, I told you guys tonight, Real Player, I think, can take video off of YouTube, but you have to pay a monthly fee for it. You have to pay $32 for a premium subscription. $32 a month for a premium subscription to Real Player to do that. And that $32 a month immediately goes toward all the royalties for downloading all those videos. So in a way, you're paying money to get that done. You're not getting it for free. You're paying money, which is the right thing to do. Because all the money they're getting from allowing you to do that, they're giving it to the people that they're giving royalty checks to all the people that are getting the stuff downloaded. They keep track of it from their players and they cut them checks. In a way, it does make sense. What they're doing, you're paying to have stuff downloaded. So that does make sense. What Napster did back in the early 90s, that makes no sense. And that is so wrong. Because what Napster did was, you were able to use that program and illegally jack shit off of whatever source you could find, illegally jack it straight onto your computer and say, mine. You didn't pay for that. It's not yours. That's wrong. You think? Didn't your mother ever teach you not to steal shit from the store? If I ever went to a store and I grabbed something and put it in my pocket, my mother would smack me across the face. Would your mother do that? I hope she would have. My mother would have did that. If I ever did that, my mother would smack me right across the face. What the hell do you think you're doing? It makes sense. All of our mothers did that at some point if we did something stupid like that. Because that's wrong. Now, going on things like Napster and all that shit and downloading shit for free, that's the same goddamn thing. Downloading shit off of YouTube that doesn't cost any money is the same thing as walking in a store, taking a compact disc and putting it in your pocket and saying, mine. It's stealing. It's illegal. You can't do it. Don't do it. If you do it, and I catch you, I will turn your ass in and make sure your goddamn ass goes to jail. Because that's wrong. Because if my album ever gets released and I catch somebody doing something like that, their ass is grass. I'm telling you right now. That's one reason why I never released my album. Period. Because I was afraid somebody else would steal my shit and not pay for it. After all the hard work I put into making my record album, and I'm going to release it, just to have people steal it? Pfft, screw you. Pay for my shit. Don't get it for free. It's bad enough I played shit and I put shit on one of these programs and somebody someone stole my shit off the program already. So, I mean, all my hard work I put into playing music, someone stole my shit from the program anyway. It's wrong. So I already did it once. And already somebody stole my shit. I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. And I don't want to see it. So, as of today, anything I put on the internet, if I see anybody stealing my shit off the internet without paying for it, they're going to die. And I'm going to kill them myself. Because it's wrong. And I don't want to see anybody doing that to any of these artists either. Because it's wrong. I can't stand it, and I won't allow. I won't stand for you doing it to anybody else either. I don't allow it. And I told Radiance Radio Online to make a stand on this, big time. And trust me, they have given all those players the third degree. They're saying, make sure none of your players. I told them, make sure none of their players allow music downloads, because if they do, your player nobody will use, and I will make sure of it, because I will make a YouTube video and I will trash the crap out of that program, and I'll tell them why. And nobody in their right mind will ever use that program ever again. And we don't want that, do we? No, we do not. So, all in all, it's really hard. It's really difficult to own. It's really difficult to play music. When you play music and you release it to the world, you hope to God somebody would buy your album. And then you have artists like me who make music and you can't get it out there. I have a CD. I have a compact discs. I wrote an album. I made an album. There's my album. There's my songs. Guess what? Not one copy has been released or made or heard at all. This is the only remaining master that exists. Nothing is on my computer. Nothing. The only place that my music sits is right here in my hand. I made everything on these two CDs I released. I wrote and I played both of these CDs worth of songs. Not one of these songs has ever been heard by anybody. And nobody will ever hear any of this shit until it gets legally produced. And until I can find a producer that's willing to produce this shit, it's going to stay here and it's never going to leave here. And this is where it's going to stay. Because there's too many shady people in this world stealing shit from everywhere. Back in the old days, you'd say, fine, I want to put it out there so everybody sees it. So they can see that I'm the shit and they know what I'm doing. Well, that's all fun and good back in the old days, back in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. That's all great. That's all fun and good. But now in the year 2000, that's no good. You do that now, your entire life is over. They're going to steal everything you did and claim it as being theirs. And that's ridiculous. It really is. If you're going to do something, do it legally or don't do it at all. Because there's always that one person that's going to say, mine. And your dreams are gone forever. It sucks. It sucks that people have to do something like that. People have to actually stoop to that level. People have to stoop to the level that they're stooping to just to get that point across. It's so wrong. But you know what? It's true. People do. They do that. They stoop to that level. People do so. People do shit like that. You know what? It really bothers me. But I will tell you one thing. If you think I'm giving up on that album, you're wrong. And let me show you guys something. I am currently working on something. I'm working on a project. And I want you guys to be the first to see it. That album I showed you guys right there, I'm in the process of trying to get it finally made. And I'm going to give you an exclusive look at the album cover. This is going to be the album cover when it's finally released. I designed it myself. Kind of cute. That is going to be the cover of the album, of the record album, when it finally gets released. My original album cover that I designed was this. That's my album cover that I designed. Now, it was fun and good for the time I did it. But nowadays, it has to be much, much better. So I came up with that. And I think that is 10 times better than this. What do you think? This was the back. I can even show you, let me see if I can show you the back. Let me say, do we even have the back? CD case, let's see, so part 2. There's the disc right there. Now, where is, oh, duh. There's the disc. There's the CD jewel case. There's the back. And there's the spine right there. And there's the spine right there. Not bad, huh? That is going to be the new cover for this. So, once this gets printed, I'm going to take a look at it and take a look at the disc itself and decide if I want to release it like that. I knew I didn't like that. There's something about that I just didn't like. Granted, it had my face on it. Something about it I didn't like. So, this I like. Granted, the internet stuff is all wrong, but it's supposed to be Radiance Radio Online.com, not Michael Dennis Ryan.com, but I could care less. That's what it's supposed to look like. Not supposed to look like that. That's all useless crap that nobody's going to pay attention to anyway, that when I put that in, this is all water under the bridge. This is not the final test. This is like a rough draft. So this is basically a rough draft. All in all, if I can get your comment down below, I really would appreciate it, because this is looking like this is going to be my final attempt at making this work. And if this does work, with all hope, you will see that in the future. Hopefully in stores. If not, you'll see it on the computer, which I don't want it on the computer. I want it in stores. I want physical copies. I don't want anything on the internet. I want physical copy only. In fact, I don't even want it on compact disc. I want it on vinyl, if I could. If I can get it made on vinyl record, I'd be happy. I'd be generally happy. Although there is ways of getting things digitized on vinyl, from vinyl to digital, but who knows how to do that? That's hard. I prefer having stuff on cassette or vinyl. I don't like having stuff done on computer or CD. In the year 2000, I prefer not to have music on compact discs. I prefer to have stuff done either on cassettes or vinyl. Only. That's it. I prefer to have a vinyl record done. If I could have a vinyl record done, I'd be happier. I really, really like my album put on a vinyl record. I would really like that. If I could have that done, I would. Even if it cost me extra money, for me, it would be worth it. Because the idea of getting it so that it can't go on digital, I'd be happy. I don't want my music to go on digital. That's my biggest fear. My biggest fear is that it leaves from here, it goes to everybody else's hands, and then they put it on the web. And once it goes on the web, they're no longer going to buy this if they can get it for free. And therefore, all this decades of hard work will be pissed away at nothing. It took me decades to get that album done. Decades. It took me years and years and years to get that album finished. Years of goddamn blood and sweat to get the album done. I mean, I am not good with MIDI at all. And I still got it done with MIDI. I mean, it was hard. It was very, very hard. I worked very hard on the album. Whether the music's okay or whether it's great or whether it sucks, I worked very hard on that album. I really do want to get it out. So I'm really trying to make it look spectacular, because I know it sounds spectacular. That's according to me. Anyway, that's my opinion. I like that kind of music. You may not like this kind of music. You may not like trance. That's really what that is. That's trance. FCC classifies my music that I made as trance. Not techno, trance. So my entire album is nothing but trance. That's it. There's no dialogue, nothing. It's all trance. So it's hard. it's hard to do stuff like that. It's hard to use a program that you no longer have anymore. The program I used, I no longer have that anymore. That program's gone. I paid a lot of money for that program. And I paid a lot of money for the MIDI controller I used for that program. I mean, that was a big, huge expense. I never made the money back on it. Because that album never got released. Whatever money I make from the album has to pay for the program and the MIDI controller I used to create that program. Which I still haven't made up the money from that. So I'm kind of screwed in a way. Because I paid for a college education and I never got a job to pay for that college education. I never got a job in that field to pay for that college education. And I never got the album release to pay for the MIDI controller and the software that no longer work now. So in a way, I wasted all that money. I wasted all these hundreds of thousands of dollars on educational stuff. I was told that money you spend on education never goes to waste. Newsflash, it just did. I spent money on hundreds of thousands of dollars on college education. I never got a job in the field. I spent hundreds of dollars on digital audio editing equipment. I produced and wrote my own record album. Never got the album never got produced. So I spent all my money on all that stuff and nothing got done with it. So in a way, I do feel for all these artists that have, I do understand, and I do feel for all these artists that are all out there in this world, and people all jack their music from YouTube, and people jack all their music illegally from this program and on this program, and people are stealing all their shit from by doing this, and they're creating illegal piracy things by doing this. I do understand. I understand because I have an album, and I refuse to place this album out in the field. I'm nobody in this world ever going to hear this album. Nobody. Why? Because I won't allow it. The only way I'm going to allow this is if this is produced on vinyl only. That's it. Only vinyl records. That's it. I don't want it on compact discs. I don't want it on CD. Nothing. I don't want it anywhere near PCs. I don't want it anywhere near PCs. This is my shit, my music, and I want it produced the way I want it produced. If nobody wants to do that, it's going to stay right here in my hand where it is right now. That's it. And I respect each and every artist, every music artist that's out there that's had their shit stolen over the years. I respect them. Let me tell you something. I'm one person that has never had their music produced, and I refuse to have it produced. Because I'm deathly afraid that my music is going to get stolen before I even sell one copy. I poured my heart and soul into that album. I can never, ever make... I'm not able to make music ever again. That is the only music I've ever made. I am not, physically not able to make music ever again. I can't. I do not have the software or capabilities. I no longer have any of the capabilities to make music ever again. Mentally, and physically. I don't have capabilities of doing it anymore. I'm screwed. In all, I really am screwed. I cannot do it. As much as I want to, I cannot. That's all I have. And if that's all I do have, then it's going to stay right there. Until somebody is able to guarantee me that it's going to be able to get made and it's going on vinyl only. Then and only then I will make it. Other than that, it will stay right there. And any of those artists out there, I respect them 100%. And I told Radiance Radio Online, make sure every single player that you're using, make sure the music cannot be downloaded. And make sure iTunes is featured most of all. Make sure there's an get it on iTunes button on Radiance Radio Online's website, which I think they do have that on their website. I think they listen to me. Let's check. I think they have. Yes, they do. They have it. They have it get it on iTunes. By pushing this, it takes you directly to iTunes. So if you don't have iTunes, you can download iTunes just by clicking that button. I told them, make sure you have a get it on iTunes button. You don't need the website. All you need is one button that says get it on iTunes. And that's it. That will automatically take you to iTunes. And if you don't have iTunes, you can download it. That's it. I told them, all you need, you don't need a website. All you need is one button that says get it on iTunes. That will take you to iTunes' website where you can download iTunes and download whatever and purchase whatever music you feel like purchasing that you hear on the station. If you like any and all of the music that you hear on Radiance Radio Online, feel free. I highly encourage you to download off of iTunes and purchase any and all the music that you're listening to. If you want to know what it is, they have it right there on the radio station. See that? Now playing Scorpions' Wings of Change. Now, suppose you say, man, I haven't heard Scorpions in decades. I want that. Download iTunes by pushing this. Then open up iTunes. Go to the store. Wherever the store may be. I keep forgetting. There you go. Go to the store. And buy it. Why not? If you push the get it on iTunes button, it will take you where you can download iTunes. Once iTunes is downloaded, if you hear something on Radiance Radio Online that you really do want, then go back to the iTunes store and search for it. For example, right now there's playing Scorpions, Wings of Change. Let's see if we can try and find it. There we go. It's playing right now on Radiance Radio Online. There's a song for $1.29. It's that easy, guys. You listening to it? You want it right now? Sure. Buy it for $1.29. Right there on iTunes. $1.29 for a song. For real? You can't spend $1.29 for one song? How cheap are you? You want a song that bad? And you're not willing to spend $1.29 for it? Give me a break. So you buy a prepaid card, a prepaid iTunes card, and load iTunes with $20. In case you find a song you really do love, and you have to absolutely have that. You have to have that. You need it. You have to have it. Fine. You have to have it. Get it on iTunes. Make sure it's legal. Make sure the people that worked hard to make that song, make sure that they get something, even if it's 50 cents to $1. Make sure they're going to get something for all their hard work. Please take it from somebody that made music and they're afraid to release theirs, like me. I'm afraid to release my music. These days I already know what's going to happen to it. When this stuff was released, it was released on vinyl. And only vinyl, half of this shit. I mean, half of these artists, most of the people had it on vinyl only. Vinyl only started coming out of favor in 1998 or 1999. As soon as the first compact disc and as soon as the first audio cassette and compact disc was around, vinyl records were completely phased out. Not altogether, but almost completely phased out. Vinyl records still do exist to this day. You can still get brand new vinyl albums. I have a Michael Jackson's History album from 1990 something. Michael Jackson's History, Volume 1 on vinyl record. I'm dead serious. You think I'm kidding? I have it on vinyl record. I'm dead serious. I have that on vinyl record. I am damn proud of owning that on vinyl record. That album is insane on vinyl record. It has one song on that album that was never released ever in the history of Michael Jackson. He never released this song to the public. It was only released on his History album, Volume 1, on vinyl record only. That one song was released only on vinyl record in its original form, unedited. And I have the original song on vinyl record sitting right there. And nobody can take that away from me. And that song was banned from ever getting released anywhere. Nobody can take that song away from me. Nobody can stop me from listening to it either. Why? Because I own it. It's on a vinyl record. Nobody can get it. If I put it in my computer and upload that to my computer, that can be taken away. Now, if you upload something to your computer and that's illegal, whatever you own that's illegal, legally can be taken away from you. By law, legally it can be taken away from you. And you can go to jail if it's that bad. So, in my case, nobody would know the difference because all I would have to do is rename the song. Actually, wouldn't even have to rename the song. The song name for that song is the exact same as the remake version. The date, the recording date of the album is what makes that song original or remade. Their album was made in 1 year and it was remastered in another year. The remastered version is the one where they removed that song. Any compact disc was immediately remastered. Not one compact disc was sold with the bad song on it. Not one compact disc was sold with the bad song on it. The bad song was only sold on vinyl record. Why? Because not a lot of people buy vinyl records. Vinyl records are not that popular anymore. Connoisseurs buy them. People who appreciate their music and don't play them a lot of times, but they appreciate the music they own. They appreciate their vinyls. They're obsessed over owning their vinyls. People who own vinyl records are collectors. They're not players. People who used to own vinyl records used to sit there with the record players and play them all day. Nobody does that anymore. People now own vinyl records to collect them, not to play them, to collect them. Vinyl records have become a collection, a collector's item, per se. So, if they were to have the bad song on vinyl record, it's fine. Leave it there. It can't be sold. Who cares? Nobody's going to hear it. Because nobody ever listens to vinyl records anymore. They collect them. They don't listen to them. They collect them. So they see the song on vinyl record and they figure, okay, who cares? Who cares if that's the original or who cares if that's a remake? Who cares? Anybody who owns the album is going to say, who the hell cares? I have the album. I'm grateful. That's it. Collectors do not care what's on the album. They only care about owning the album. That is why they never remade the vinyl record. They kept the vinyl record original, unchanged. So Michael Jackson's History album on vinyl record is the original, unchanged, with the really severely bad language and the really inappropriate words tossed in there. Everything inappropriate that came out of Michael Jackson's mouth is still on the vinyl record. I guarantee you. But everywhere else in the entire free world, it's all gone. The only place where that exists is on the original vinyl record that was released. If you have the album on vinyl record, then you have his original cuts unedited. Let me tell you something. Those of you guys that have the Michael Jackson's History album on vinyl record, you have an album that is extremely sought after. People who are desperate to find the original album, you're never going to find it on compact disc or on digital download. Ever. Only on vinyl record. And you can't find it on digital, period, because nobody knows how to put digital. Nobody knows how to put vinyl records on digital computers. Nobody knows how to. Why? Because they do not allow any of that technology to exist anymore. All that technology has been gone forever. Only people who work through the music industry like me have that technology. I have that technology. I can do that right now. I choose not to. I can put vinyl records onto digital format. I choose not to. I have that album in my possession. I choose not to put that on the computer. I refuse to play that album. That album is amazing. I am very proud to own that album. Will I ever play it? Absolutely not. I have the album on. See, I had that album on CD. I put the CD copy on my computer. I kept the vinyl record original in its original box. Never opened it. I was smart. I still own it to this day. An original album on vinyl record that was never supposed to see the light of day. Not one person was ever supposed to hear that one song. That one song was banned for lifetime. Any and all music stores were supposed to pull that song, that original song, off of every store shelf immediately. As soon as they found out that language existed on that song, on the album, and there was no parental warning, they went into panic mode and they pulled every album off the shelves and demanded they redo the entire album. He was forced to redo that one song all over again. So what they did was they sold the vinyl copies for only 1 year. The Michael Jackson's History album was only sold on vinyl record for 1 year. After 1 year, they pulled it from the shelves and no more of the album was ever produced. That was considered a limited run. The album was limited edition. The vinyl record to this day is a limited edition. It was never said limited edition. You know it's going to be limited edition because if you hear that one song, it never changed. The reason why they kept it limited run is because they pulled it off the shelves. So they pulled it off the shelves within a month. And then the CDs were mass produced and that was it. The vinyl records were gone forever after that. After that, they just realized that they said, you know what? Forget it. Let's just go with CDs. Because think of it this way. To make a vinyl record, you have to get the wax, put the music on the wax, make the album, put in its slip cover, put the slip cover in a case, sell it, put plastic over it, sell it. You figure that alone costs you maybe about $8 or $9 or $10. You sell it for $11. You make $1 off of every vinyl record you sell. If LP, long playing albums, LP, you make $1 off of every LP. Now a compact disc. If you have a compact disc with a case and print out, a compact disc costs 50 cents per disc, right? A case costs $1. And one person with a computer can rip one copy and print one case out. Now to mass produce that, it would probably be about 50 cents per disc for the disc and about $2 for the case and decoration of the case. And including the plastic. So if you were to release your album, your record album that you made, the cost of the album, of the disc, and the case, and the plastic over the disc would be about for a compact disc would be about about $3.75 per disc. So let's say you sell that compact disc, okay? You're selling that compact disc. Now you're gonna sell it that compact disc for let's say you go to the store and you so let's say you go to try to pick an old music store, Sam Goody. Remember that place? Early late 90s. Sam Goody. Oh my God, we used to go to Sam Goody all the time. Shit. Sam Goody used to have all the good shit. I used to love going there. Let's say we went to Sam Goody, and you guys went there. You guys saw my album sitting on the shelf. You said, "I heard good things about this. I want to pick this album up just to try it. I heard it was decent. So, okay, we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot." So you purchase. You give the guy the money. He gives you the receipt. You walk out. Now, what happens is you're going to pay $10 for that CD. That's how much a CD usually costs. You're paying $10 for that CD. Money has to go to the printing company, the company who makes the discs and the disc cases. Money has to go to the person's agent. Money has to go to songwriters. If it's not the person that sung the music, it has to go towards songwriters. Because remember, if there's any songs in there that you didn't write, you still have to pay them royalty fees on top of it. So royalty fees come off of the sales off of each disc as well. Also, the record company that produces said album, they get a piece as well. So the record company has to take a piece out of the record sales as well. And then you have, there's something else that gets a piece of it. I forgot what it was. Oh, come on. I used to know this. I went to school for this, for Christ's sake. I used to know this. There's one other thing that gets a piece, and I can't remember what it is. There's one other thing that gets a piece of what you made, and I forgot what it was. I'll remember it eventually, and I'll redo this video. It's a live stream, so I'll eventually touch base on this again in the future. If you guys remember, and I can't, comment down below, please, because for the life of me, I can't remember. There's one more thing that comes out of this out of those sales before you even get your money. Period. I can't remember what it is. If you remember, please comment down below, because I can't, for the life of me, I can't remember. Once that comes out of the disc, whatever's left goes toward the artist. Hopefully there's something left. As long as a compact disc is sold for at least $10, they'll get a pretty decent piece out of it. If the compact disc is ever sold for any less than $10, the artist is not getting a lot of money. Remember, $10 is the max for a single compact disc that has only 10 songs. You can only charge max. In mid-90s, you could only charge max $10. That was it. Unless it had something else in it, unless it was a special edition, it had other songs. If it had only 10 songs, then you can only charge $10. $1 per song. Get it? $10 for 10 songs, it's $1 per song. Now, we were on iTunes before. We saw how much was it for one song? $1.29 on iTunes for one song, correct? Now, iTunes, $1 goes to the artist that sings a song. 29 cents goes toward the fees. The fees of that song being sold. Whoever has a handout and wants a piece of that sale has to take it out of that 29 cents. So, by buying something from iTunes, you're buying it legally. Legally. You can buy music from iTunes, and that is 100% legal. Because the people who have their hands out are getting their piece, as well as the artist is getting their piece. So, I highly recommend you go to iTunes and buy music from iTunes if you don't want to buy the original copies. You don't want to have a physical copy in your hand. You want to buy something digitally. Go on iTunes and purchase it yourself. I personally recommend that because that, to me, that is the best way to get music. Personally, I enjoy going to an actual store and buying an actual CD. I like owning physical media. I like holding the disc in my hand and saying, this is mine. Nobody can take this away from me. This is my music, and that's it. If I download the music on my computer, that music could be erased, taken away from me, whatever the case may be. But if I have the actual disc in my hand, you or anybody else, nobody can take that away from me. That's mine. I own it. I own it. It's in my possession. Nobody can take that away from me. Hence the reason why this album has not been released yet. Because I own this CD. It's my music. I wrote this music. I want this music to be produced on a format that people cannot just copy at their leisure and give to their friends. I want it on vinyl record. And having somebody cut a vinyl for you is not an easy task these days. Vinyls are not easily cut these days. Companies, you can't just go to a record company and ask them to cut you a vinyl. They can't do that. They do not have the facilities. They don't have the facilities like they used to. To cut a wax vinyl is not as easy as it used to be. So, to have this put on vinyl record these days would be a next to impossibility. So, this will forever stay in my hand and never be released for that reason. So, it's wrong, the fact that nobody in their lifetime will ever hear the music that I wrote. But you know what? I don't care. It's my music. I want people to hear it, but I want everybody and their mother to steal it. So I know better. I know better not to put it on YouTube, because if I put it on YouTube, everybody and their mother is going to steal it. Because I know for a fact you can download videos and audio from YouTube. Hence the reason why there's copyright issues on all my videos. Why all my videos are getting flagged and taken off YouTube. For that one reason. To protect all the people that created all this shit. And that I understand. I totally understand. So if one of my videos I make never comes out, from now on, now you know why that video did not come out. That video was not released because YouTube protected the person that owns that music. And for that, I respect that. I respect the fact that they are protecting all the people that wrote the songs and wrote everything that's being played. And they do not want their stuff getting stolen. I respect that. Granted, I didn't realize, but I'm glad they let me know. Yes, it sucks. That video was not able to be seen. But I'm glad they do that. Because that gives people like me hope for the future that maybe, just maybe, I might put my music out there. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe one day I might get my music produced and made, and you might hear it one day. But in the meantime, it's staying exactly where it is right now, and it's not moving. And Radiance Radio Online, they know. They understand. They know how hard it is. Trust me, these guys totally understand. In fact, these guys are all about helping the artists. If you click this right here and scroll all the way down, they give all the artists a venue, their own venue to speak their mind by them placing their website, their actual physical website onto their page. This is Billy Joel's actual website. I'm dead serious. Billy Joel, this is his website. See? Obviously, I'm not going to play this, because if I play this, then I'm going to get copyright flagged. But, of course, Billy Joel wouldn't be copyright flagged. Billy Joel has this on his own page. Why is it not copyright flagged? Because he wrote the music. He's allowed to put his own music on YouTube. He's allowed to put his own music he wrote on YouTube. He's allowed to do that. Are people going to steal that music? Yes. Does he care? Obviously not really, because he wrote that song so long ago that he obviously made his money off of that song already. So he obviously doesn't care. All he cares about is having that song heard by the masses, and that's it. His album is already out. It's already been released. If you want to buy it, you can buy it. He wants his music reheard all over again, and I do, and I respect him for that. So he has stuff on Vevo, and he posts it on YouTube. He gets all of his old stuff out there so people can see him. Make sure people know he's still there. And this is his actual website. This is his actual website you can go to. I mean, I'm dead serious. He has videos. These are all videos. I mean, this is his website. This is not RadianceRadioOnline.com. This is Billy Joel's actual website. We're talking his actual full-blown website that he produced. It's right here on RadianceRadioOnline.com. All you have to do is go on there and take a look and see what's going on with him. In fact, you can even buy his merch right there on the website. There you go. Go on RadianceRadioOnline.com and buy Billy Joel's merch right there on Radiance Radio Online's website. How cool is that? How freaking awesome is that? That's cool. That's cool they're able to get that done. That's really awesome. You're able to buy all Billy Joel's stuff right there off of RadianceRadioOnline.com. How cool is that? Wow. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And then we have Miss Celine Dion. Celine Dion's been around for absolutely a long time. I mean, absolute decades. I mean, this woman's been around for. This woman's been in the business for absolute decades. She is one, if not one of the most talented musicians I have ever met in my entire life. She has done connections with so many other artists. She's so talented. I totally respect her. She's done collaborations with Ann Geddes. She's done album collaborations with Ann Geddes. She's written special songs, especially for her music, especially for artwork. I don't know if you know Ann Geddes. Ann Geddes produces artwork with babies. And Celine Dion was so inspired by her work that she wrote an entire album just based off of her work. It inspired her to write an album for her work. And she produced that album in a book form. And all of Ann Geddes' pictures were in this book. And at the very last page was the music that goes with the book. The album was spectacular. It had all of Ann Geddes' best work in it. It was absolutely amazing. That was an amazing album she made. The most gorgeous, beautiful pictures I've ever seen in my entire life. Music was amazing. That was the most amazing album she ever created. I personally loved that album. Hands down, this woman is an absolute genius. Amazing. Amazing. And of course, my all-time favorite, Duran Duran. These guys, I always loved these guys back in the 80s. These guys are amazing. And yes, these guys are still around. Yeah, I'm dead serious. Duran Duran is still around. And they're obviously still kicking. They're still touring too. Yeah, want to say? There's proof for your guys right there. Duran Duran, still from the 1980s till 2026, they're still on tour. There's proof right there. They haven't stopped. That's insane. See, from here, they're touring different places. See? But in America, it's all Las Vegas, Las Vegas, Las Vegas, Las Vegas, California, Las Vegas, and Denmark. I think that's Norway. I think Czechoslovakia, Denmark. I don't know. I think it's either Honolulu or Hawaii or Hungary. I think that's Hungary. I think that's Bulgaria. It's amazing. Macedonia. Christ in heaven, Macedonia, England, Italy, touring in Switzerland. I mean, my God, you're going to request a show. How cool is that? Want to get on the email? Get on the mailing list. There you go. Right there, Radiance Radio Online. And we also have the Spin Doctors. I think, yeah, this is the Spin Doctors. Yep. Spin Doctors. Spin Doctors have been around since early mid 90s, roughly. I think their most popular hit was Two Princesses. That was their most popular single. Not their most popular album. Their most popular single was Two Princesses. It was all over MTV at the time. That's when MTV actually played music television, and not real world. Not like not like music. MTV plays trash now. It actually played actual music back then. That's when all of us actually watched it. But as soon as these guys started getting out of favor, that's when MTV stopped playing music on their channel, and that's when all of us stopped watching MTV. Spin Doctors are still around to this day, and they're still making albums. And here's proof. There's one of their new albums out right now called Face Full of Cake. Stream the album. You could buy a vinyl or a CD. Remember what I told you? Vinyl record, you cannot go digital with it because you don't know how to. A lot of artists are still going back to vinyl for this one reason and one reason only. They're thinking the same thing I am. They're not going crazy getting the album out there. They're going to have it announced on the World Wide Web. Buy the vinyl here. Done. They're not going to have it in every single store across the country, have everybody buy their album, only for them to just put it online so everybody can steal their music. It's best to go on their website and sell vinyl records, because if they get the vinyl record at home, they can play it whenever they want to, but they can't put it on the computer, and that is a good thing. So if you buy music for the love of God, please buy the vinyl record. If they offer, if bands like this offer a vinyl record option, buy the vinyl record from these. Buy the vinyl record from them. Give the artist peace of mind that you care about their music and you don't care about stealing their music and offering it to the other people for free. You only like their music because you like listening to it. You're a connoisseur. You enjoy listening to their music for what it is. That's the reason why they're offering the vinyl record to you. They're offering it to you because you're somebody that enjoys their music. You enjoy listening to the music for what it is. Granted, a lot of their older stuff, they will have it on YouTube, like they have it right here. Because it was already placed on CD. So, there's nothing you can do about it. It's going to be stolen. There's nothing that can be done about it. They can't correct themselves. They can correct themselves with new albums. New albums, they're going to start offering vinyl record options. And if they do, I urge you to buy people's albums on vinyl record. Take it from somebody that made an album and wants it on vinyl, but I can't find somebody that makes vinyls. I can't find it. And I want to have it made on CD, but I'm afraid if I do that, everybody and mother is going to steal it and rip it off and sell it, and they'll screw it all over again. I can't. I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. What am I going to do? I'm going to sell music and have it stolen from me. Awesome. Spectacular. Wonderful. Blues Traveler. One of my favorite bands of all time. I absolutely love these guys. These guys are amazing. These guys do not play in big, huge indoor coliseums and venues. These guys play in outdoor, absolutely ginormous outdoor fairgrounds. They sell tickets to their fairgrounds. People go in there, rain or shine. These guys play in any weather known to man. They play for hours. They jack the music as high as they can. People go in there, bring their own beer. It's kind of like a Blues Traveler concert is kind of like going to Woodstock. Going to a Blues Traveler concert is like going to Woodstock. It's kind of like the same thing, except more modern day. It allows you to enjoy the music for what it is. Sometimes sometimes they sell tickets, sometimes it's a free show. So it all depends. If it's at a fairgrounds, they're going to offer a free show. They sold albums. Why should they make money off of it? They just want people to enjoy the music that they play. Is that so bad? Why not, guys? It makes sense. So if you really do enjoy their music, I guarantee you, they will eventually have stuff out there. The one thing they do, they will offer shows for free. The one thing they are smart is that when they make songs, they sell music on compact discs. They very rarely put anything on the World Wide Web. I mean, we're talking rarely put it out on the World Wide Web. The only place that stuff has been heard on the World Wide Web is on Radiance Radio Online, is on this website here, Radiance Radio Online, and of course some of the online radio stations that play other online radio stations all across the world. They'll play Blues Traveler as well. Online radio stations are allowed to play artist music because these stations use players like this. Players like Real Player, players like VLC, QuickTime, Winamp, players that do not allow you to rip the music off. They'll also allow you to use players like iTunes, where you could just buy the music from them directly. Think of it. You have to really, really seriously think of it this way. Music is something that's supposed to be heard and enjoyed. Blues Traveler is trying to make sure that everybody enjoys their music. That's why they offer concerts, free concerts sometimes. See? Because Blues Traveler wants everybody to see them perform and hear their wonderful, beautiful music. To them, it's not all about the money. To them, it's all about getting their music out there for everybody to hear it, love it, and enjoy it. And for that, I ultimately respect these guys. I love these guys more than anything. This is one of my favorite bands in the entire world. I love these guys. Because these guys are only out there because they love what they do. They're not out there for the money. 85% of these bands all charge catastrophic amounts of money for tickets when they know people don't have the money. And then you got bands like this offering free shows. These guys are multimillionaires. Yet they're still playing in fairgrounds and golf clubs for free. Or they're selling tickets at golf clubs. They're playing golf clubs and fairgrounds. These guys are multi-billionaires. They've sold hundreds and thousands of albums. They've made hundreds and thousands of dollars. They're still playing at fairgrounds and golf clubs. Why? I'll tell you why. Because it pays to get the everyday person out there to hear their music. Who has the money to spend on $400 tickets to go see Blues Traveler? Suppose you absolutely adore and worship the ground they walk on like I do. Look at me. I have no job, I have no money, I worship the ground they walk on. If they showed up in my hometown free show, I would be there in a heartbeat. I'd be screaming my nuts off. I love these guys. I would love it. I don't have the money to go see them. I can't afford it. I make nothing off of this channel. I make absolutely zero. I help out Radiance Radio Online with some of their videos. Guess what? I make nothing off of them. Why? Because they make nothing off of what they do. They're not for profit. So am I. None of us make any money. We all do this for free. We all do this for fun. We do this because this is what we enjoy. This is it's in our blood. And they're putting them on their site because they respect this band more than any other band in history. These guys have their ultimate respect. I'm telling you guys right now, this band has Radiance Radio Online's full respect. We're talking full love and respect. These guys love them. They really do. In fact, one of them saw them in concert and met them backstage. I'm not going to say who, but one of them met them backstage. So there's a lot of love and respect for these guys, because these guys have been through hell and back, and for what I've heard, these guys are amazing. They're very good people. They're very good people. They respect everybody, and for that, I respect them. I am fully 100% behind those guys. They're amazing. You know, it's very rare to find good people in this world. It really is. It's very hard to find good people in this world. But good people are out there. You just have to find them. Good people are definitely out there. You have to find them. You have to know where they are. So, thank you very much for watching today's live stream. I really appreciate you guys. Love you guys more than anything. Appreciate you guys. Please love and appreciate me by liking the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the notification bell if you can. Please, pretty please, share this live stream video with your friends. I really would appreciate that. If you share my videos, like, subscribe, and comment down below, I would really, you'd be my friend for life. I swear to God. Because I'm really desperately trying to get some sort of money out of this. I mean, this ends up costing me more money than I'm getting out of this. I'm trying to make this. I have no income. I'm trying my damnedest to make this an income, and I can't do it because I just can't do it. I don't know if I'm doing it the right way. I don't know how I'm doing it, right way. I'm just doing the best way I can, the way I know how to do it. And this is the way I know how to do it. So I'm just going to keep doing it like this until somebody says, wait, you're doing it wrong. Do it this way. Okay, no problem. I got you. So far, nobody said you're doing it wrong. So I'm just going to keep doing it this way. Thank you very much for watching. Please like the video. Thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe. Please hit the notification bell. Please comment down below. Please share the video. Friends, family, social media, whatever, wherever you want to share it, share it. Really would appreciate it, and tell your friends to like, subscribe, comment down below, and all that other shit. Help me out. I desperately beg you to help me out. I need as much help as I can get. Thanks for watching. See you next week. And by the way, sorry about Friday. I'm going to have a talk with the YouTube gods about that video and see what the hell went wrong with that video. So, until I figure out what's going on, I will try to make another video before next Friday to make up for the video that I wasn't able to make this Friday. So, thank you again for watching. I'm very sorry I wasn't able to do a video on PlayStation Network, but I wanted to really go over what happened on Friday. Because of that, because we missed the video on Friday, I had to explain myself why. So, that was why. So, thank you again for watching, and have a wonderful night.